Imagine waking up in complete darkness. You can't move. The air is tight, the space is small, and then you realize you're in a coffin, buried alive. This wasn't just a horror story in the 1800s. For Victorians, it was a very real and terrifying possibility. During the 19th century, people were so afraid of being buried alive that they invented entire systems to prevent it. Why? Because death wasn't always easy to diagnose. Diseases like cholera, typhoid, and even catalepsy could mimic death. Doctors weren't always sure, and morgues weren't as common yet. Enter the safety coffin, a marvel of paranoid engineering. These were coffins equipped with bells, flags, breathing tubes, and even escape hatches. Inventors like Dr. Johann Taberger and Franz Vester patented devices to detect movement inside a coffin. One popular version involved a string tied to the corpse's hand. If the person moved, a bell above ground would ring, giving rise to the phrase "saved by the bell." While these devices were rarely used in practice, their existence proves how serious the fear was. It wasn't just imagination, there were documented cases. In 1822, a woman in France was reportedly exhumed and found to have turned over inside her coffin. In 1889, a man named Octavia Hatcher in Kentucky was believed to have died of unknown causes, only to be dug up later with scratch marks inside her coffin. These stories spread like wildfire in newspapers, fueling a culture of panic. Victorians obsessed over premature burials so much that books, medical journals, and even horror novels of the time fixated on it. In the 1800s, the medical profession didn't have modern tools like ECGs or brain scans to confirm death. Signs like no pulse, no breath, and no movement weren't always reliable. Some people would enter comas or deep unconscious states and appear dead. Doctors sometimes inserted needles under fingernails or applied heated spoons to the skin. If there was no reaction, the patient was assumed dead. These tests often failed. As a result, families waited longer before burying their loved ones. Wakes became more than just farewells, they were insurance against premature burial. By the early 20th century, with advances in medicine, electricity, and hospitals, the fear began to fade. But traces remain. Some cemeteries still have old safety coffin models on display, and literature from Edgar Allan Poe's The Premature Burial to Dracula echoes the fear of waking in the grave. Today we may chuckle at their paranoia, but for Victorians, death wasn't just mysterious, it was a potential trap. Their fear gave birth to innovation, law, and one of the most morbid chapters in medical history.